Hey there, everyone. It's pretty much 1 year, a bit more than a year since my last live stream. And for those of you who remember, my last live stream was in Khartoum during the war. Um, so yeah, putting a lot of pride aside here now today in this video, but also going to give you a bit of insight where I'm going and what's been happening in the last year. So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Henry. I'm a 54-year-old Belgian professional diver, and I've been working in the Red Sea for more than 3 decades. At the height of the pandemic in 2020, I decided to, work was drying up, and I decided to commit myself fully to my non-profit activities, which I was already doing since pretty much of a decade. And so I started Operation Red Sea, and the intention of Operation Red Sea was to research the Red Sea, see where we are failing in our conservation, since I love the sea and have worked so much in the sea previously. And so our adventure started in Sudan in 2020. And pretty much in the beginning, everything was going all right. We were directly, or myself, I was directly started working with the Red Sea University in Port Sudan as their director of marine operations on a volunteer basis, obviously. So for months I worked on my own, redeveloped their diving operation, actually just made sure that the dive operation would work again, because most stuff was in repair and over to maintenance. So that went well. I was also able to start training the Marine Park Rangers, which I had trained previously a decade or something prior to that, to 2020. And so things were pretty much going all right, beside obviously the effects of climate change on the area and the amount of work that was in front of us. So I worked with some volunteers for quite a while, which came out of Belgium and Holland. And then we got support pretty much early on from embassies, Embassy of France, Embassy of Holland. And we started really getting good into contacts with UN and environmental programs, etc., that wanted to support our work. However, then as the news happened, we succumbed to a military coup. I decided, that's pretty much in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. I decided to send the volunteers home just for security precautions, and continued working on my own. Thank God, end of 2022, in October, we had also a second location, or a second project opening up in Ain Sokhna, which is near Suez. And so pretty much early on in 2023, I decided, okay, perhaps it's better we move the main office to Egypt, back to Egypt for me, as I had already worked and operated out of Egypt for many, many years. Yeah, sorry, I'm streaming from outside, so we'll have to wait a little bit till our neighbor here leaves. And go on then. Well, I hope you guys hear me still. And so anyway, in 2023, so March 2023, I was going to Sudan, decided to, start closing down the office and my apartment there in Port Sudan. Had to go to Khartoum, the capital, to pay my taxes, as they were due in Khartoum, and you have to pay your taxes before leaving the country when you operate there. And on a fateful morning, obviously, of the 15th of April, I was sitting in an airplane waiting for the doors to close when the rebels, the RSF or Janjaweed attacked the airport. From there on, my story really turns into an adventure of another level, I would say, and had to like pretty much survive for 3 weeks. I'm not going to go into details of these 3 weeks for the moment because I'm still not through, I think, processing them. I finally made it out around the end of April last year into a military evacuation plane, and that pretty much also at the same time meant that everything I was trying to move towards Egypt, I just had bought with work, we just had bought new equipment, new professional equipment. So basically, in Khartoum, the loss was about 20,000 euros, which was private stuff, my own last private stuff, clothing, whatever you can think of. And most importantly, also all my professional diving gear, everything disappeared. So since I then rejoined the project in Egypt, and Egypt was looking full of promises. I think it still is, but our partner there was a hotel. They had asked us to come and revive their coral reef. However, when we arrived there, reality of having permits or being able to dive freely and do our work was not what we experienced on the ground. And so the process there became very slow. Still, I was like, okay, I'm not going to reach out to anyone. I mean, I've got work and we've got a little bit of support from these partners. And there was big investment plans with also some commercial activities that were included. So, I was like, okay, well, it's all of a write-off in Sudan, and I'll be able to, work my way back up as I've done a few times before. However, recently, about a month and a half ago, I mean, in the beginning of August, basically due to the financial circumstances and economic woes here in Egypt, plus on top of that, obviously, the Gaza conflict, which we are, again, 200-300 kilometers away, with its effects on tourism here, just meant that basically this partner in Ain Sokhna from one day to the other just decided to stop the entire project because of financial problems and mismanagement on their side. And basically, I received I think it was pretty much a 10 days or 2 weeks notice in the sense, in the end, and barely enough to survive 1 month. I think, I think I got out of there like with $400 or something. Taking into account that I had to rent an apartment afterwards, which costed $200. So you can imagine that life has been very tough. And so here comes basically my plea to my fans and followers. So this is a private fundraiser for me. I mean, I'm not going to recuperate most of the stuff I lost in Sudan. But I've made some new plans. And the money I'm asking for people to help me build together are going to be enabling me to, first of all, go back to Belgium for a while, so paid for transport, etc. Whereas I am Belgian, so in Belgium I have to do some stuff about, also work stuff, get back on track with some doctor's visits, which I haven't been able to do for the last 4 years. And try to rebuild a bit my life and my work, while not forgetting Egypt. So I'm definitely not closing down Egypt. I'm just going to take a break and finish some work in another location because I just need to get out of here. I mean, I'm just too close, and You know, it's been 4 years. I'm not gonna go on holiday. Friends of mine have reached out from Bonaire and Curacao, where I grew up and where I actually started my diving career. And some people are really, really nice. They're going to offer me some lodging for quite a while. So I'm trying to piece everything together. But what you guys don't know is that my father also lives in the Caribbean, and I just need to create a bit of a safe space for me to be able to do my work much better. And for the moment, so I've chosen to go to Bonaire and take the offer of these friends there who are giving me some lodging and gonna help me put my feet on the ground. So the money I'm asking in the GoFundMe is gonna cover for some of the basics that I need to do. Just, you know, I mean, my bank accounts were closed down because of my dealings with Sudan, even though it was non-profit, even though there was no embargo on the banking system. So I really have a lot. I'm really coming back from a long time. I usually don't ask for help. I mean, I tend to, you know, take care of my own stuff. But now I'm really reached a wall. So anyway, I feel pretty weird in doing this. So, but yeah, my friend said, listen, Henry, why don't you do a GoFundMe page? Some friends have actually pledged that they will support, and I'm really thankful to you all, also you, my fans and followers, and people who have supported this project in the past. So this is not a loss at all. Operate Sea has come to the conclusion of its first milestone, which is the research. Now it's implementation and finding and sorry, got a message, and finishing some courses in Bonaire and also unload all this information of what we've done with Operate Sea. So yeah, it's going to be up Caribbean, hopefully with your help. I'm going to be able to get back a little bit on my feet, at least have some basic decent equipment to work with. I'm still waiting from sponsors as well, but they're just dragging their feet. Plan is to go to Europe in a few weeks, so I'm going to be traveling to Cairo first. I still need to get my visa because I'm like still an unofficial refugee. I haven't received my visa yet here, so I have to like stamp it. In Cairo, I'm still going to do some meetings. Hopefully, I'll have enough funds to go around and do some meetings in Cairo with embassies and organizations in order to set up a good funding for our project and hopefully get back here in Egypt next year in the summer. In the meantime, after having spent like 3-4 weeks in Belgium and surroundings, I'll be going to Bonaire in the Dutch Caribbean. Like I said, I grew up there. And also already now reaching out if I can help with people there and with organizations on the ground, also to finish learning and the courses that I'm setting up for professional divers, but also personally to continue working in the line I've chosen, and this is where you guys also will be coming in now. I've taken this path a long time ago. I've dedicated more than 15 years of my income for several non-profit projects, and we've reached milestones late, taken more time than others, but then again we're doing it very independent, and that just takes a bit more time. But the idea is not the idea. I mean, you know, now I can tell you, I mean, in the last year and a half, my team and I that were working in Ain Sokhna and in Port Sudan, we cleaned up 37 tons of, imagine this, 37 tons of pollution Is it from petrol to plastics to... However, I couldn't upload it to the net or make it very public due to the lack of some of our permits here, which we're also working on. Anyway, I said I'm going to keep this short. I do promise that I'm back on track. I'm getting back healthy. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm going swimming quite regularly. I'm currently in Dahab at some friend's house, helping her a little bit, and she's offering me some lodging in return, and yeah, on getting back on my feet, hopefully thanks to you as well. So anyway, thanks for contemplating a donation. I just saw while I was talking that our websites are offline. I don't know why, technical problem we had a few days ago. However, in the description down this video, you'll find the link to the GoFundMe page. If you have questions or you need more, you can also go to my website, which you can find in the About section of this of my page. And feel free to reach out and I'll answer your questions or give you other info. If you prefer to send me some money in other ways, then please don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll get it sorted. All right. I'd like to thank so many friends so far. Renee in Bonaire, people in Belgium that are going to lodge me, you, my friends, my fans, my followers, people that have been reaching out lately and asking how I was doing. Really appreciate it. I wasn't doing too well, but now that I have a path in front of me, I'm doing better. All right, thanks, and I hope to see you around. Thanks for all.